Attention passionate Detroit, Lions fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Detroit Lions' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Detroit Lions fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Detroit Lions fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. I want to talk to you about a story that's been buzzing through the NFL circles, a move that could shake up the entire NFC North and propel the Detroit Lions into a new era of dominance. We're talking about the possibility of the Lions trading for none other than Cameron Jordan, a veteran pass rusher with an incredible track record, still playing at an elite level at the age of 37. Yes, you heard that right, Cameron Jordan, a player who has been a cornerstone of the New Orleans Saints' defense for over a decade, might soon be donning the Honolulu blue and silver, and if that happens, it could be a game changer for Detroit. Let's back up a bit and look at the context. The Lions, as we all know, have been building something special. Jared Goff is leading a potent offense that's been firing on all cylinders, and their defense, led by rising star Aiden Hutchinson, has shown significant improvement over the past couple of seasons. But as any serious contender knows, one or two strategic moves can make all the difference, especially when it comes to bolstering that pass rush. And that's precisely where Cameron Jordan comes into play. Jordan, at 37, might be considered a veteran in NFL years, but don't let that fool you. This guy still brings it every single game. Just look at his Week 1 performance against the Arizona Cardinals, 2 pass deflections, a sack, and multiple quarterback pressures. That's not just good for a guy who's been around for a while, that's elite. The impressive thing about Jordan isn't just his stats, although they're remarkable with over 117. 5 career sacks, but his football IQ, his ability to diagnose plays quickly, and his knack for impacting the game even when he doesn't get to the quarterback directly. Those deflected passes in Week 1, they're just as valuable as a sack, especially in critical moments when the game hangs in the balance. What makes Jordan such a perfect fit for Detroit? Well, his style of play complements what the Lions are trying to build defensively. Hutchinson is a star, no doubt, but he's still developing that consistency and explosiveness that makes him a household name. Adding a veteran like Jordan, who has been a disruptor in the league for years, would bring an instant boost to Detroit's pass rush. Think about it, imagine Hutchinson coming off the edge, drawing double teams, while Jordan lines up on the other side, constantly applying pressure, batting down passes, and creating chaos in the backfield. That kind of duo would be a nightmare for quarterbacks and could turn third-and-long situations into instant punts. And let's talk about experience. Jordan isn't just a player with a sack total, he's a leader. 8 Pro Bowl selections, a relentless motor, and a reputation for elevating the play of those around him. He's a guy who commands respect in the locker room, and in a team that's still young and eager to learn. Having someone like him mentoring the likes of Hutchinson and the other young defenders could be invaluable. Leadership in the NFL isn't just about words, it's about actions, consistency, and setting an example. Jordan embodies all of that, and his presence could help instill a culture of toughness and accountability in Detroit that could last for years. Now, some might argue that at 36 years old, Jordan's best days are behind him, and that trading for such a veteran might be risky. But the tape doesn't lie. Despite his age, Jordan remains one of the league's most technically refined and physically imposing defensive ends. He's adapted his game over the years, relying more on leverage, technique, and football intelligence than sheer athleticism. His conditioning is top-notch. He's missed very few games in his career, and his durability is a testament to his professionalism. Even with the minor off-season surgery he underwent, his Week 1 performance indicates he's back in peak form, ready to contribute immediately. From a strategic perspective, a trade for Jordan makes sense for Detroit. The Saints, with their semi-rebuilding approach and a crowded defensive front, might be open to moving him, especially if they can get something worthwhile in return. Jordan restructured his contract this offseason, making it more cap-friendly, which means Detroit wouldn't have to break the bank to acquire him. A mid-round draft pick or a player swap could be enough, particularly if the Saints see an opportunity to add draft capital and focus on their future. The financial flexibility makes this move even more appealing for the Lions, who are always looking to add depth without sacrificing their future. And let's not forget the cultural fit. Dan Campbell has built a team that thrives on grit, toughness, and relentless effort. Jordan, with his work ethic and leadership, would seamlessly fit into that identity. His professionalism and intensity could inspire not only the defensive line, but the entire team. Detroit's defense has come a long way, but adding a player of Jordan's caliber, someone who commands attention from offensive lines and draws double teams, could open up opportunities for Hutchinson and the interior rushers. It's about creating chaos, about forcing turnovers, about setting the tone for the entire team. And of course, we have to consider the short-term impact. Jordan's presence on the field would immediately elevate Detroit's pass rush, which has been inconsistent outside of Hutchinson. As we all know, in the NFL, especially in the playoffs, pressure on the quarterback can be the difference between a deep run and an early exit. Jordan's relentless motor and disruptive ability could be exactly what the Lions need to push them over the edge. His experience in high-pressure situations would be invaluable, and his leadership could help the younger players step up their game when it matters most. Now, some critics might point out the age factor, saying, "Isn't he too old for this kind of move?" But when you look at the film and the numbers, it's clear that age is just a number for Jordan. His game has aged gracefully, and he's adjusted his style to stay effective. His energy and discipline in Week 1 prove that he's still got plenty left in the tank. Plus, the Lions aren't looking for a long-term project, they're looking for immediate impact, and Jordan can provide that now, while also setting a foundation for the future. Financially, the move is plausible. Jordan's recent contract restructuring helps keep the cap hit manageable, and the Saints, who are in a semi-rebuild mode, might be willing to part ways if they get something worthwhile. A mid-round pick or a player swap could be enough, especially if the Saints are looking to clear space and add draft capital. It's a win-win situation. Detroit gets a proven veteran, and New Orleans gets what they need to rebuild or retool for the future. From a locker room perspective, adding someone like Jordan would be a boost. His professionalism, work ethic, and leadership are qualities that Dan Campbell values deeply. Bringing him into the Lions' culture, which already emphasizes toughness and accountability, could help solidify that identity even further. His voice in the locker room could inspire that next level of effort, especially when the stakes are high and the games get tougher. In conclusion, folks, this isn't just about adding a player, it's about making a statement. Cameron Jordan might not be in his prime anymore, but he's still a disruptive force on the field, and his Week 1 performance proves that. For the Lions, who are on the cusp of something special, acquiring a veteran like Jordan could be the move that puts them over the top. It's about filling a need, yes, but also about leadership, experience, and setting a tone for the team's future. With the right deal, Detroit could not only bolster their pass rush, but also gain a leader who could help guide this young squad through the playoffs and beyond. This potential move has fans buzzing, and I believe it's one that could define the Lions' season. So keep an eye on this story, because if it materializes, it could be one of those trades that fans remember for years to come. The Lions are building something special, and with a little help from a guy like Cameron Jordan, that journey could become even more exciting. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Detroit Lions news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Detroit Lions fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential move? Do you think Jordan still has what it takes to make an impact in Detroit? Would you welcome him into the locker room? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Lions. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Detroit Lions news. This team is on the rise, and with moves like this possibly happening, the future looks brighter than ever. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Lions!